Hey, mistakes, we all make them. In this video, I want to show you some things that drive me up the wall and make me lose my mind a little bit to help you save time, save money, and don't make the mistakes in your landscaping that we've all made, I've made, but I don't want you to make. Let's get right to it, whatever that was. My name is Bobby Kay, a professional landscape designer and installer. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. This is my lucky Cardinals, who knows how the season's gonna go this year of what I've read so far. Back on point. Here's what we're gonna talk about in this video. I wanna talk about some simple little landscaping mistakes and things that I see through some images I wanna show you that are gonna help you save time and money. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're back, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, do so. Click the likey button. By the end of the video, I'm gonna give you out some great stuff. We're gonna talk about overcrowding, we're gonna talk about weeds in the patio, and we're gonna talk about retaining walls and just some things that drive me nuts. I'm gonna keep my cool though on this one. Let's get right into it. The first set, we're gonna talk about overcrowding. Picture number one, this isn't like the worst ever, but what really caught my attention is when I found this photo, they said, amazing landscaping. I'm sorry, but if I drive up to this house and I see this, I don't think this is too amazing. I think this is like Hodgepodge Central and it looks jacked. Like, why do you have a teal paint going on with that red brick? And as far as the planter, everything in the world, they're just trying to throw into this. It doesn't look like it was a thought out plan and well put together. It looks like it's just way overcrowded, trying too much, and I just don't like this. So don't do that. Second one, I don't mind this one that much, but what I'm seeing is that they're getting all this ground cover and stuff going on, and then they got a couple focal points coming out. That's okay, but I warn you about putting in ground cover. If you want to have separation between your bushes and some of those plants, be careful because it can be invasive and start to do this. So that's all I want to tell you. The last two, it's another warning. First one, I think, is a little too overcrowded. Some of these plants are gonna get too big. It's not gonna work out too well for these people. The next one is okay, but I want you to look at the lemon threads, the yellow ones up front. Reason being is they're gonna get bigger, and this is gonna be more like a hedge versus separated. It doesn't look like there's enough space in between. So when you're planting, think about overcrowding, think about the future. Don't go for that instant gratification and just make it look spectacular, and 3 years later, everything's grown together and it looks like crap. Sorry, I said crap. Blood boiling. Next set. This is one that I know you've seen, and maybe you've dealt with this before, but man, it really stinks when you put in this beautiful patio and then you got weeds coming up like a year or two later, and it has to do with crappy installation. Like if the company doesn't compact that minus base, do the sand, do the pavers, and then spread a polymeric sand in between the joints to lock everything in to keep the weeds out, and you can even put a sealer on that after the poly hardens. It's usually 30 to 60 days. But the point is, this happens. One picture in particular that drives me up the wall in this thing is this scraper thing. Are you kidding me? Are you gonna be out there on a 1,200 square foot patio scraping in between each joint? Who is gonna do that? That is stupid. Don't buy that and think, don't waste your time unless you're just really bored in life. Here's what you do. Rent a power washer. Get a power washer, blow out all those joints, get it out of there. It's super easy. That's the way to do it. Then you let it dry. Then you sweep in your polymeric sand. Make sure you got about 1 inch in between each of the pavers if possible. I'm getting worked up. I hate this stuff. And then you're gonna be okay. Don't use this stupid scrapey hand tool, and don't let this happen to you. Calm down. All right, I saved the best for last, the retaining walls. You wanna see my blood boil? Here it comes. First one, old railroad ties. It happens, termites, they rot out. You gotta rip them out, replace them, all good. The one that is driving me, I hate this one. This is an advertisement for one of the big box stores. Like they're actually putting this on their website, like this is a good idea. And it's these terracotta Windsor retaining wall blocks. I hate terracotta blocks. They look so crappy. I can't think of a time when this is ever a good idea. Go with grayscale or earth tones, please, for the love of God. There's other options, but man, these things are so ugly. They stick out like a sore thumb, and people try to like make these things look better by putting like an inlay of a different colored Windsor block in there, and they don't even put a cap on it. It just screams. I went to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. I'm not hating on the stores, they're great stores, but I weekend warriored it, and I just kind of grabbed what was available. Don't do terracotta. Last thing, make sure proper backfill is happening when you put a retaining wall in. It's all about the base, perfectly level. You put a drain pipe behind it, then you do clean rock, and you separate the clean rock with wall fabric so that water can permeate down into the pipe and out. And depending on the height, sometimes you need to get an architectural engineer drawing. You need to put geogrid in so the hydrostatic pressure doesn't push it over. There's lots of stuff with a retaining wall that can go wrong. But one thing you can prevent forest fires, that's what popped in my head. You can prevent is not buying crappy terracotta blocks that make my blood boil. We made it, thank God. If you like these kind of videos, make sure you hit this, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if you want to see me lose my mind a little bit more, go watch this one. You guys are awesome, I appreciate it. It's so great to be able to unload this and just feel better. I'm gonna go meditate.